If you've ever wondered what it takes to grow a vegetable from a tiny seed into some food you can actually eat, you're going to love this video. We're going to cover 3 different vegetables, spinach, radishes, and peas, so that you can see exactly what it takes to get each of these from a little seed to a harvest that you can put on your kitchen table. First up is spinach. Spinach loves cool weather, so you'll plant it at the start of spring or in late summer for a fall harvest. I plant spinach using my sand method. You can see a video all about that method right after you watch this video. It takes almost 10 days for the first sprouts to appear, and they will not show up if there isn't enough water to keep them saturated as they grow. The first sprouts of spinach look nothing like the spinach leaves that emerge a few weeks later. By day 30, the leaves of spinach are starting to fill in, and each plant has about 4 to 6 leaves. This is when you can start harvesting your first cuts of homegrown spinach. By day 45, the leaves are really filling in the garden space even more, and at this point, you can cut several leaves from each and every plant every time you harvest. Listen up, it is critical to harvest a lot at this point because the weather will be starting to warm up in late spring or cool off in late fall. So the goal is to harvest as much of the spinach as possible to store in your freezer for later or to enjoy fresh now. Keep harvesting from day 45 to 60 to make the most of all your hard work, and then cut the plants at their base and plant something new in their place. Spinach is fast to plant, needs consistent watering, and really no other tending to get you bowls and bowls and bowls of harvest all within 60 days. Radishes are next, and these plants also love the cool weather. So you'll plant them in early spring or late summer or all through the winter in a warmer climate. Radishes produce a small little sprout with heart-shaped leaves if they've stayed watered for the first 7 days after planting. Radishes need to be thinned around this time period to ensure that each plant has about 2 inches of root space to get to their full size. Once the leaves are 3 to 4 inches tall, check the shoulders of the radishes to see if they're ready for harvest. To harvest, gently tug on the neck of the plant to keep the leaves and the roots intact. You can actually eat every single part of the radish plant from the root to the leaves. The leaves can be added to a salad or sauces or even sauteed as a warm dish. And by day 45, most of your radishes should be ready to pull. Be sure that you harvest the radishes before they get too large and woody. Once they're pulled, you can add a new plant in their place. Radishes are a little slower to plant. They need consistent watering to start, some thinning in the middle, and then a very timely harvest. But you only get 1 harvest for every seed you plant. Peas are also started by seed planted directly in the soil, and the time for planting is the same as it is for spinach and radishes. Dig a trench along a trellis for pea seeds to be buried about twice the depth of the seed's width. Keep the seeds well watered until the peas sprout. This is going to take about 7 to 14 days from planting time. Peas create these small little tendrils, and these tendrils need to attach to something strong in order to keep the plant growing. You're going to need to come in and tie each of the tendrils to your trellis to ensure the vines cling to the trellis as they grow. Flowers will appear along the vines around 60 days from planting, and the peas will follow soon after, right in the spot where those flowers form. As soon as you start to see sugar snap peas that are 3 to 4 inches long in their pods, it's time to harvest the peas with a pruner. Be sure you don't use your hands and use a pruner instead so that you don't damage the vine as you're harvesting. Cut at the base of each pea before it gets too large so that you send the message to the plant that it needs to keep producing. All vining parts of the pea plant are edible, including the tendrils, the flowers, and the peas. And by day 90, the peas have slowed down their production, and it's going to be time to pull the plants or leave some to dry on the vine so that you have seeds for next season. These 3 plants are all perfect for growing when it's cool outside, and I've made a whole video about my planting method so that you can use these to grow all these plants together in just one season and in just one bed. You can watch that video right here.